Hi everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to my world. Regina's world. How y'all doing? I'm going to try to make this video quick because I'm on the way to the gym. But I needed to get this video done and out of my system. I've been waiting all day to do this video, so here it is. So this video ain't gonna be pretty. It ain't gonna be funny. What I'm about to talk about is some real stuff. How I'm really feeling about this situation. So y'all gonna get some real emotions, y'all gonna get some cursing, y'all gonna get it all. Because when I got something to say, I'm damn sure gonna say it. You feel me? Okay, so as the title suggests, this is about my baby father. If you're interested in this story time, please stick around. Please stick around. I hope you like my chocolate lipstick because I'm trying all these different color lipstick. I got blue, pink, purple, yellow, red. I got all these different stuff, but this is my chocolate. But anywho, so yes, stick around and like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel because that's what you're here for. You're here for these juicy story times. So subscribe and become part of the family so you can know more about me and my life and what I've been through. And hopefully my story times help you in these situations, how I handle things. Maybe you learn something and maybe you do something different than what I did. So like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on my social media, Cashapp Robinson on Facebook and Sleepless LVNV on Instagram. Okay, all right, so let's get into this video. Let's get into it. Okay, so a lot of people don't know I have another baby father, and only people who I grew up with know I have another baby father. But most of the people that have known me for the past almost damn near 20 years have no idea. They think that I only have Maurice is my baby father, but no, that's not true. I have another baby father, and his name is Kenneth Wayne Edwards, and here's his picture. Okay, so that picture is the only picture that I was able to find over 17 years, and I'll get into that picture in a moment. Okay, but his name is Kenneth Wayne Edwards. And that is his Facebook page. That is his new Facebook page. And I'm going to tell you how I found that in a moment. But I'm going to give you a backstory. How I met Kenneth. I met him when I was maybe like 16 or 17 or something around there. I was very young when I met him. And he just moved to St. Louis from Jefferson City. So being me back then in the day, I thought I was any man that I came across, I knew I was going to be able to pick up. I was small, petite, I was young, perky tits, you know, all that, flat stomach, perfect body, pretty face. I knew I was going to be able to get whatever man that I wanted. My baby daddy was no exception. Like, so, I went up to him, I think it was at a car show, I believe it was at a car show. And I saw this guy on. As you can tell, he was fine. And it wasn't just him. He had like 4 other brothers, I believe. All fine, okay? But that's another story. But yes, my baby daddy was freaking gorgeous. So I walked over to him and I was like, you know, I was cocky and shit. I was like, I don't know your name is, but this is my name. Here's my number. Please use it. So he did, and eventually we started dating. We actually immediately started dating. It didn't take us long to start dating or whatever at all. Like, we just immediately hit it off and we became in a relationship. Worst mistake of my life, okay? I didn't want any children, you know, because I knew when I was younger, children was not my calling. You know, some people live and die by children. They want the wife, they want the husbands, kids and a picket fence and a great job and whatever. They know what they want when they're young. They want to be homemakers. That wasn't my life. I wanted to be a career woman, to be honest. That was me. I could care less about having a husband or kids. That wasn't in my, that wasn't for me. That wasn't my destiny, if you will, you know. So when I met him, you know, things was cool up until I got pregnant. Like, I dated him for like, I think 2 years, from like 16, 17 or 16 or 17 or 17 or 18. And then I went off to college. And my brother never let any boy come over to our house ever. Like ever, right? And this particular day, when I was going off to college, he happened to let my baby father stay the night. And when he stayed the night, I got pregnant. Like, no bull crap, I got pregnant. Now, I've been sexing this man for 2 years, no problem. When I leave off to college, though, I went to Alabama State University. I went off to college, though, I want to get knocked up. So I found out I'm pregnant in college. I didn't want to be there because I'm like, I'm not going to be pregnant in school. Kills the fun. I can't fuck around. I can't meet nobody. I'm finna be walking around with this big ass belly. I don't want to raise no kids in school. I'm dropping out. I'm going back home. They actually came to Georgia to come and get me from Georgia. My sister and him drove to Georgia in his car, picked me up, took me back home. But on the way to come and get me, I think the car broke down or something, and I forgot how I even got home. However I got home, but I got back to St. Louis. I moved in with my baby father because that's where I wanted to be. I wanted to be with my baby father, and that's what I did. Moved in with my baby father. I went back to school, but didn't go to a 4-year college. I was still going to trade schools after that, and I was still going for like medical assistant and whatever. But I digress. The point is, I met him, and that was a big mistake. So being young and shallow teaches you a lesson. So young girls out there, please listen and pay attention. Be careful who you have children by. Because just because you're in the heat of the moment and you're having all this great sex and you think you so much in love, everybody is not meant to be a parent. Everybody's not. And even though you would think, they're going to eventually want to know their children, it's a possibility they may never do. And black men have this horrible rap of being terrible fathers in the first place. And then you have one out here who is the epitome of a terrible father, terrible person in general. And it's not just my son. He has another son who just graduated from high school this year and went to the army. Do Kenny even know that? I don't even know. Me and the other baby mother have a relationship, which our sons have a relationship. Our sons met each other over the summer in 2019 when my son went to St. Louis to spend the summer with his uncle. We met up and made sure our sons met each other because they're two brothers walking this earth, and they didn't even know each other existed, and they don't even know who their own fucking father is. That's pathetic. It's sad. And over the past, I moved out here in 2015. Keyshawn was born in 2000. No, I moved out here in 2005. Keyshawn was born January of 2004. I moved out here August of 2005. Okay? So by the time I moved out here, Keyshawn May was like 8 months old. And kudos to my husband. Hey, boo. But kudos to my husband. He made Keyshawn at 8 months old and been raising Keyshawn since 8 months old. I had no real intentions ever of telling Keyshawn, no, Maurice is not your daddy. But Keyshawn had his own questions, which made me have to tell Keyshawn, okay, you're right, Maurice isn't your daddy. You have your own daddy. Well, where's my daddy? Do you know how awful that kind of conversation is when you have to have that with your son? That is a hurtful conversation to have. I don't know where your father is. Your father really, I don't even know if he really even want to have a relationship with you. He never tried to reach out to you. He don't try to get to know you. He's had plenty of opportunity over 17 years to build some kind of relationship with you and have not. At one point, he had my son's phone number. I used to say just video chat him. I don't know what to say. Start with hello. Start with what's your favorite color. Start with what you're watching on TV. It don't have to be a long conversation. It can be 5 minutes a day until you build a rapport with him, because it's been 17 years. You have some explaining to do. Where you been for 17 years. And it's not like that I didn't have to give you open opportunity and reign to get to know your fucking son. And after all these fucking years, every now and then, I'll find somebody who knows where he is. And most of the time they say, oh, he's in jail. He's in prison. He's in prison. He's in prison. He's in prison for what this time? Same old bullshit. He's selling drugs. He's selling drugs. He went to prison because he's selling drugs. You damn near 40 years old. If not 40 years old. He should be really close to it. 38, 39, 40. He's somewhere knocking on the door. You still fucking going to jail for selling drugs? You ain't like graduated from that by now. You ain't got a career by now. I guess your career is going to jail, huh? Because you ain't doing shit else. Your sons is bypassing you because your dumb ass still going to fucking jail. Do you? Obviously you like it. He probably fucking dumb ass, probably getting dicked in the booty every time he fucking going there with his pretty ass. He ain't doing shit else. He spent damn near 20 years in fucking prison. What else he got going on? It got to be some kind of excuse why the fuck you keep going back to jail, you fucking dumb ass. And my blood pressure is rising. It's rising. I feel it rising. But I digress. Once again, what made me do this video is because he hit me up. He had found me recently off of LinkedIn. And this is where all the hatred came back again. He found me again on LinkedIn and sent me an email. It was like, this Kenny, I'm trying to find you. Because previously I was reaching out to his family members. I'm trying to find out where this man is. I'm like, is he dead? I'm like, he ain't gonna post on social media. Like, is this man dead? Like, somebody let me know something. His brother's name is Sherman. His brother hit me up on Facebook and was like, no, he's back in prison. So when he hit me up on LinkedIn, I'm assuming, I'm like, I guess he's in prison still and he's got a cell phone or some crap like that. So he told me to hit him up on the email. So when I hit him up on the email, he texts me and say, I'm in a shower. I'm going to call you back. Didn't hear from him. I totally forgot all about it. I'm on Facebook. I just typed in his name because I knew I was going to do a video about him. Here his new, there's the pictures I showed you previously. That was his new Facebook profile, right? The girl in the picture, she's irrelevant. I don't even know who she is, nor do I give a damn. This is about Kenny punk ass, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, so he got a Facebook page. So he's getting back out there on social media. Okay, so he's making himself known. Obviously, he's not in prison no more because he looked like he riding up in a car. He in a car. So obviously, he ain't in prison. So he had erased the number that was in my phone and the email attached to anything that had his name on it. So it was that number that's in his info box on his Facebook. I used that number to kind of reach out back out to him again. And I sent a video. I sent a picture of Keyshawn. And I was like, you know, your son's birthday is next week. By the time this video come out, my son's birthday would have passed already. He would have turned 17. So I was like, you know, your son's birthday is on January 25th, right? I'm like, so you reaching out to me now. I'm not exactly sure why. If you have no real intention on being in his life, like don't interrupt it. Because my son is prospering. He had 1 year left to graduate before he go to college or whatever it is my son decided to do with his life. And you have nothing to do with that. My son's sweet, respectful, honest kid. I don't have too much trouble with my son. No children. Ain't out here hoeing around. Ain't out here doing nothing dangerous. I raised a good ass son. I did that. Me. And where have you been for 17 years? Nowhere. And it's not like I don't have an open invitation for the nigga to fucking get to know his fucking seed. He can still call me today and say, I want to talk to Keyshawn. We'll talk to him then. Build a relationship with him then. The door is never shut. But this bitch decides to not even initiate anything with his kid. Who does that? What kind of person walks this fucking planet raising other fucking kids because you fucking a bitch, but you won't fucking raise your own? You won't even try to raise your own. A present, a Christmas gift, some back child support. I don't know how this nigga been dodging me for 17 years on my fucking child support though. Period. I've been trying to find this nigga to lock his ass up for child support for motherfucking years. If you gonna go to jail, fuck for drugs, you need to go from not paying me my motherfucking money for 17 motherfucking years. If this motherfucker can get caught, this nigga been paying me child support forever. But this bitch in St. Louis, I can't see him to fucking lock down. He owed me so much motherfucking money. Take a broke ass out of motherfucking jail. And take care of your fucking kids that you have two walking around this motherfucker. Applaud the motherfucking mothers of your fucking kids who fucking raised your motherfucking kids without your motherfucking help for 17, 18 years without you chipping in not once, you bum ass bitch. The moment me and him ended is the moment my brother whooped his ass. And if my brother didn't have a stroke and I knew where that bitch was, I promise you I would send my brother to his motherfucking house to whoop his ass again. Because his bitch ass wasn't that, he wasn't a good boyfriend. I didn't really want to blame him for how our relationship was, because I'm a loyal bitch no matter, what you put me through and shit. If I love you, I'll stick it out. And I did. With his punk ass, I sticked it out for shit that I knew I deserved way better than what the fuck he was giving. He obviously cheated while I was pregnant. He moved away. He moved out of the home that we shared together and moved in with another bitch while I was pregnant. This bitch locked me out of our home in the middle of winter while I was pregnant. I couldn't get in. His neighbor let me stay in his apartment while they was waiting on me to get back. While we was waiting on him to get back. And when he got back, me and him got into it because I went into another nigga's home. But you leave your baby mama, your pregnant baby mama, out on the front. In the freezing cold, in the middle of fucking winter. Pregnant with your baby. And you don't give a fuck. You move out on her with another bitch while she was pregnant with your baby. Okay? Do I need to go on? The only thing we didn't do was fight. That was the only thing we didn't do was be physical. But that nigga was an awful motherfucking boyfriend. Awful. But I didn't blame him because we was young. You know what I mean? I didn't hold that against him. We were young. Would I tolerate that bullshit now in my 30s? Fuck no, bitch, please. I wish I would. But when I'm that young, 18, 19, 20, no, I wasn't 20. I was out here by the time I was 20. 18, 16, 17, 18, yeah, I accept that bullshit because I don't know no better. But that guy makes me, if hate was a word, if hate had a face, I hate that motherfucker. And the day of reckoning had came when he was talking shit about my brother. See, that's what you don't do. That's what you don't do, is talk shit about my brother. That's what you don't do. Because we tight like this. Okay, we tight like this. The one walking me down the aisle, we tight like this. Okay, you don't talk shit about him ever. You better talk shit about him with your friends, but he talk shit about me, talking about him to me. You think I'm gonna go tell him? And we lived in the same state at that time. He didn't whoop his ass back in the day because I told him not to whoop his ass. But once I gave him the A-OK to whoop his ass, guess what my brother did? Drove from his motherfucking house to where I was and whooped his ass in the middle of the motherfucking street, knotted his ass clean up. And at that very moment, when my brother whoops your ass to the point when you get up, you have knots here, there's no way I can ever fuck you again. I can't even respect you no more. You done got whooped by my motherfucking brother. I can't look at you the same. This relationship is done and over. There was no going back after that. My brother literally tapped him on the shoulder, drove across town. When he got there, tapped his ass on the shoulder, said, come across the street. He came across the street. By the time he got across the street, my brother dropped his ass with one punch and began to whoop his ass consistently, until they had to get my brother off of him because my brother was about to literally kill him in the middle of the street. So, if my brother didn't have a stroke now, because he had a stroke, so he can't do all that fight now. But if he did, and I knew where his ass at, boy, I would send him right to Kenny and say, whoop his motherfucking ass for your nephew for the last 17 fucking years. Beat the shit out of that bitch. delete the shit out of him. Because he's an awful motherfucker. You are a terrible person. And if I hope you see this, I hope your family see it. I hope somebody who know you see it. And they send this fucking video to your bitch ass. You should be a fucking shame that you have 2 fucking kids walking on this fucking planet. You don't know either of them. You don't know what they like. You don't know their shoe size. You don't know their favorite color. You don't know shit about them. And you don't give a fuck about it. You a piece of shit, Kenneth Wayne Edwards. A piece of shit. 40 years old or damn near 40 years old and you still ain't changed one fucking bit. You had these fucking kids when you was in your early 20s. You're finna be motherfucking 40 and you ain't changed a bit. You ain't matured at fucking all, you piece of shit. So I tell you fucking ladies, watch who the fuck you have kids by. I don't give a fuck what they look like. If they're not taking care of their first child, that was my motherfucking mistake, not paying attention. He didn't take care of his first kid. Why the fuck would I think he was gonna take care of mine? So if he's not taking care of his kids, he ain't finna take care of yours. Okay? Be careful who the fuck you have children by. Everybody's not meant to be parents. Everybody's not mature enough to be parents. Even though I didn't want to be parents, I realized, hey, I am parents. I birthed 2 children, so I gotta raise them up until 18 years old. That's my duty as their parent, to make sure they make it to 18 years old. After 18, they're grown. My job is done. But prior to that, it's my job to be with them, to raise them up until they're fucking 18. And have a man walking this fucking earth who ain't fucking lifted a finger in fucking 18 years of his fucking life is a piece of shit. Scum of the fucking earth. So fuck you, Kenneth Wayne Edwards. The next time I hope your ass get locked up, I hope your ass never fucking come out. You fucking piece of shit ass bitch. Go flood his fucking Facebook page and tell that bitch I said fuck you. That's the end of this video. I'm finna go to the gym. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. And follow me again on my social. Cashapp Robinson on Facebook. And Sleepers and LB and me on Instagram. Okay? I'll see you guys in the next one. In the next vlog. In the next story time. In the next video. Alright. Deuces.